Productions, and it's been a few weeks since I made a video, but been really busy here at the shop. I completely redid my shop, got my anvil facing the opposite direction. I was having so much issue with the new camera and the way the sunlight was coming in the front door. Just wasn't creating very good quality videos, hard to see in other words. But it's a nice cool day. I figured I'd do some forging. I'm going to go ahead and do some forge welding. I got some iron here I want to weld up, and it's going to be used for a personal project that I've been working on. So this is going to be forge welded together, and I'm going to flatten it out, and I'm going to make a Tsuba for a sword that I'm making for myself. And show you that right now. So this is this katana I've been working on. Whoop. It's going to be a long katana or no katana. So the blade is going to come in right around 32 inches or 31 inches, which is it's a couple inches longer than usual. Full tang. So I've been hammering on this for a couple days, and plus all the grinding and the file work and getting it ready for a heat treat. But before we heat treat it, I'm going to go ahead and fit all the furniture to it. And that's where this comes in. I had some pieces of iron that I want to forge weld together, and that's what I want to make the Tsuba out of. I hope to forge weld it and etch it and get an interesting pattern. And so we'll go ahead and video that today. Got my little snub here, so I'm going to all these have already been pre-cleaned and cut, and I got them pretty close. So I'm just going to go ahead and get them stuck together. And then we're going to kind of tack weld it, and just to hold everything together, flux it up and get it into forge. So we'll get the forge turned on and start preheating that up, and I'm going to go ahead and weld this off camera, and we'll bring it back when we start to do some welding. So stay tuned. Alright, so I got everything welded together, and I pre-fluxed it. There's flux in between each layer. Everything's pre-cleaned on the inside. I still got some, it's a little bit funky on the outside. That's just pretty much just where I welded it. So, alright, I'm going to go ahead and fire the forge up and see if we can turn that big hunk of mess into a Tsuba. turn that mess into about 5 by 3 and almost a half, so I'm not sure if that's going to be enough or not. But yeah, that's all the iron I got, other than some old dug up railroad spikes, and I don't know if they'll even go in there. I don't know. We'll get it situated. I'm gonna let it cool down and put it on the belt sander and kind of shape it up. I was hoping to shape it up into like a clover, but it might be just like a rounded off rectangle. So we'll see how it goes. Alright, so got everything shaped and ground, and we're clocking in at right at 3 3/8 by about 3 inches, so a little bit smaller than I was hoping for, just to give me some extra room to get everything, all the holes drilled and filed out for the tang. So now when I do my tang work, I'm going to have to be extremely precise, because I don't have enough material to adjust for anything I may get off during the drilling and the file work. But there's a long way to get here, but that's pretty much all the iron I had left, and I do want to do an iron Tsuba. So I'll go ahead and press on with this. I just wanted to kind of highlight the forge welding, and I think we did a pretty good job of that. Got a little bit crazy here and there, but yeah, for the most part, it turned out pretty decent. Go ahead and show you a close-up. So I'm going to go ahead and get the final shape on this. Get the tang hole drilled and filed out. Then I don't know, maybe come up with some sort of design to put on it, but it's going to go ahead. I'm going to etch it and see what kind of design is naturally in here with the wrought iron, and that may be good enough for me. I don't know, but we'll see. But yeah, thank you guys for stopping by, and just want to show you some forge welding. See you on the next one. All right, so this is pretty much what we wound up with. That big stack of iron, I pretty much got it hammered down and ground down to, it's clocking in at 3 3/8 the long way, and right at 3 inches the cross way. So it's probably going to be, probably going to wind up being like an oval guard. But yeah, I was kind of hoping that it would be a little bit bigger, but I lost so much iron to scaling off and having to grind all the bulge on the sides and this, that, and the other. And I was hoping to have extra, not because I needed it, but it would give me some wiggle room in case when I go to drill and file in the tang hole that I'm off a little bit. So when I go to do the tang work, I'm going to have to make sure that I'm right on the money, because I have absolutely no room to spare. I might have a little bit of room to spare top to bottom, but side to side, I got 0 room to spare. So it's right at 3 inches, and I really don't want to go any smaller, because that's pretty much about the size that most Tsubas are. But all right, so I just want to kind of share some forge welding with you guys, and just show you how you can take what you have and turn it into what you need. It was kind of a long way to get here, but I am here, and this is iron, And I wouldn't have done this other than the fact that I specifically wanted an iron Tsuba. And now I have an iron Tsuba, so that was pretty much the last of my iron. I have no more iron left. I don't even know if that was wrought iron. I'm not going to call it wrought iron because I don't know, but I've used it in other projects. I just finished a knife with some of it, and it had a pretty good grain structure, so we're going to call it iron, but it could be wrought iron. I don't know. But now the last of what I had is right here in my hand. And that's going to be the Tsuba for my personal sword that I'm making for myself. And I'll bring you in periodically. I got to do a habaki next, so I have a piece of brass for that. And I also have some brass in the mail, so I don't know if I'm going to take this and hammer it to what I need, or if I'm just going to wait for what's in the mail to arrive and use that. I don't know. It's actually on an auction, so it's like I got 5 more days for the auction's over. And if I win, I get 8 pounds of brass. And if I lose, then I get nothing. You get nothing! So I might be I don't know, I might just use that. This is plenty big to make the hamaki I need. It's about double the thickness of what the hamaki is going to be, habaki. And I don't know, I just don't know if I feel like forging brass because it's a pain in the ass. Alright, so I'm going to cut this off here and give you a close-up where we're at from what we started with. Clocking in at probably around just over 1/8 of an inch, maybe 3/16. And it's going to be the Tsuba for the next sword that I'm building. So, thank you guys for stopping by, and see you on the next one.